This witness just opened a whole can of worms. There was a sallyport video at Dighton? What? Day 21 of Karen Read's trial was back in action on Tuesday, and this witness kind of let in a little bit of a surprise. Hi, my name is Sydney Rushing. I'm a criminal defense attorney in the state of Michigan. Now let's talk about it. The morning started off with a pretty lengthy sidebar, but after this long break, did we really expect anything less? The morning started off with a voir dire by Alessi on witness number 28, and he wanted to discuss his presentation and the changes that were made to it. Because the changes in the PowerPoint also were a change in the timeline. So he was asking about his conversations with prosecutors and about changing his PowerPoint. Witness testified that Brennan did suggest that he make some changes to his PowerPoint. He was asked about his coworker Burgess and about the report that he received and whether the changes were significant or insignificant, and he was also asked about his resume. I believe this voir dire was requested and done for potential appellate issues. After all of that, witness number 38, Judson Welcher of Aperture, was called to the stand. He is an accident reconstructionist. Brennan did the direct examination. We obviously got a lot of background information about his career, his business, things like that. And just so you all know, they do this because they're trying to have him be deemed as an expert. He said that only 10% of his work actually dealt with pedestrians. He discussed that he reviewed a bunch of reports to help in his analysis and his testing. One of these things, though, was a sallyport video at Dighton. What? I think the defense is going to have a field day with that one. He said that he purchased the exact make and model of Karen's SUV, and I just want to know who paid for that. The Commonwealth surely is out here bankrolling for this case. He said that he didn't expect to find anything in the event data recorder or the EDR because this thing is to detect collisions between cars. He said that it wouldn't detect anything with the pedestrian. And I don't think that that's true because I think what I'm understanding of it is if a pedestrian is hit at a certain speed or triggers a sensor, that it would be there. It is not specific to just car-on-car crashes. But he's the expert, I'm not, so just take that for what it is. He discussed that he reviewed the tech stream data, which as we know is accelerations, wheel turns, braking, things like that. He said he was able to match up the running clock of the tech stream, which remember, it acts like a stopwatch. It doesn't have universal time or anything like that. And he did this by the infotainment system that he received from Burgess in his report. Y'all know, the disgraced colleague and the mid-trial report. So convenient. He said using that data, he found that the vehicle moved forward 34 feet at 34 Fairview, then backed up 53 feet at 3/4 throttle, which he deemed was about 23 miles per hour. And using John's phone, he said that that time happened between 12:32:04 and 12:32:12. Then lunch was served. Then after lunch, there was a visual presentation to kind of help the jury see what he was talking about this 3-point turn and how Karen's vehicle moved. He said all of this added up to her being in front of 34 Fairview, the vehicle moving a total of 87 feet in 10 seconds. He then showed a model of Karen's SUV next to John's vehicle, how the cars matched up, and essentially he saw no damage anywhere on John's car that would match up to Karen's car hitting it. He tested the vehicle hitting a person using himself as a model and showed how it would have hit him and how he kind of rolled off the vehicle. He said that he can't show exactly what happened because based on body position, that can have a huge change in how the outcome of it happened. So he can't show exactly because of course he didn't know what John's starting body position was. There was another sidebar. He was asked to clarify that he was not trying to replicate what exactly happened to John with his testing. And if that's like kind of the thing, what was the whole point of his demonstration and things like that? That didn't quite make sense. Brennan knew what he was doing and he wanted it to sound exactly how he was saying it, aka that this is exactly what happened and this is how it happened. He said that the location and the orientation of the lacerations on John's arm were consistent with basically Karen's taillight. He was asked if his eyelid laceration would have been in the same type of position. The defense objected and Judge Cannoni sustained it. There was another sidebar. Then the jury was taken out of the room while Welcher confirmed that everything in the presentation or the thing he was about to show was redacted. The jury was brought back in and they were shown a dissertation that was about like the pattern of injuries from falls and assaults. And that it basically concluded that due to no broken bones in John's face, that his injuries came from a fall. They showed a replication of a person falling backwards by using a crash dummy. Then a sidebar was called in the middle of Brennan questioning him whether his conclusion was that John was hit by Karen's SUV. After the long sidebar, the jury was released for the day, and then Judge Cannoni heard arguments from counsel regarding this exact question, and then she said that she was going to give her ruling on it in the morning. Alessi argued that it's up to the jury to determine whether they believe that the car hit and if these happen. It's not for this person to say, this is exactly what happened and this is how it happened, because it's not. He wasn't there. And as he said, different body positions cause major different outputs, so he could be incorrect. So we'll wait for that ruling to come out on Wednesday morning. It's also my understanding that this is likely the last witness by the Commonwealth. So that is your day 21 recap. Thank you for being here. Thank you for following along. And here's your question of the day. Do you think Welcher was effective or not? Let me know in the comments.